top and he knows where to start. He starts with the soul and you build on that. You realize some of your shit's not gonna be very fat. People might boo, people might hiss, but you know that you must insist that you will take over. Don't play over, I don't know, but I can't go on and on all night long. We are the Antagovistas. We're chewing up words like we're eating pizza. It's like rolling dice, like Don Johnson. I just let out my Miami Vice. Yeah, that didn't rhyme, but you know that I put in my time and read the sheet. Cause you know it's not complete unless the night is done. You're passed out drinking Jameson or something. Cause you know our shit's no joke, and maybe it is, but at least have fun. At least you can say, damn, that dance is son of a gun. Yeah, yo, what up, son?
Maybe take the cigarette out of your mouth.
Basically, the theme of tonight's show is the photo booth in the back of the bar. The guy who services that booth, Ethan took a picture of the test shots of the guy who services the booth, handed each of his artists a picture, and we had to come up with our own design or portrait of how he felt or how this guy thinks about himself.
Well, Jesus, that's close.
It has to be close. And you have to be loud or else it'll get closer.
My name is!
What is your name? In case Ethan doesn't know and he's editing.
I know, seriously. Who is this girl? Hold on, let me put my chapstick on. Are you recording now?
I'm always recording.
Oh, shit. Okay, go ahead. The theme of the show? Okay, this is what I know. Basically, it's this guy. I don't even know his name. It's Humberto? This is so bad. Basically, Ethan had this idea of collecting all the photos and distributing them to different artists and to basically make a show out of it, which is very interesting. It's pretty cool.
When I saw the picture of Humberto, I guess that's his name, I thought of him looking kind of sad and forlorn and thinking about some kind of like love lost or something. So that's kind of what I did, a portrait of him looking at a fairy and holding his heart. So it's kind of sad.
You've been videotaped before.
I know, but it's not a videotape, it's a whole show thing.
What about the show?
I'm the youngest one. I got like the smallest cookies.
Wait to say that until you don't have the cigarette in your mouth because I can't understand you.
What? What's... Shit, you're filming me, you bastard! I fucking hate you. Alright, this is making me nervous. I'm the youngest one in the show. Again, I am also the one with the only like graphite, ink, and gouache piece in the show. It's tiny, but I like it, and it's fine, but you know what? Pissing me off. Because everyone's got these huge oil paintings, and some guy has like a 2.5 fucking foot piece, man. That's not fair. That's bullshit. That was against the rules.
Wait,
I feel like this is real world, dude.
Which one is bigger than 2 feet?
I don't even know who the artist is, so it's not my fault that I'm bitching right now. I don't know you. It's nothing against you.
Alright, part of the reason why is there was guys standing behind me chewing in my ear.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was that blue thing over here, like big Humberto, just chilling out, looking all sad.
Well, I'll just describe what my thinking was when I started painting my piece. So basically, the picture is black and white, and if you look at all his pictures, so most of his pictures, he just looks bored out of his mind because it's just the same routine. So I got one that was pretty like, you know, just whatever. He's just like sitting there and just like take a picture, whatever. And he kind of looked bored, but I wanted to go beyond that and be like really colorful and almost like daydreaming. Like, you know, you're daydreaming and like all these, like you were thinking about all these like crazy things. It's going into his mind rather than what you see. It's beyond what you see. So that was my idea for it. And that's it.
What would you like me to explain to you? I really, I'm lost on that question, man.
What do you mean you're lost? You know what the show is about.
Well, yeah, it's about, you know.
Who is your subject? Where did the art come from?
My subject was Umberto. He's the guy that fixes the photo booths here. The photo booth, pardon me, in the back here at Niagara. And I have never met the guy. But he seems pretty awesome from the picture that I got. I have it in my pocket. I have it in my pocket. You're gonna flip. This is the coolest thing ever. It looks like Umberto's ascension into heaven. Big ol' eyes, just like,
oh my god.
Oh. So basically I changed it around from Umberto's ascension into this piece over here that you can't see to the camera.
Yes, you can.
Well, it's on film already, or somewhere. But yeah, it's kind of creepy. I made it creepy because I like creepy stuff, and it looked like either he was ascending into heaven or going into the depths of hell from his facial expression. And I was like, oh, perfect. Just cover him in bugs. He's got little ants and
oh, I was gonna say, I didn't notice the bugs yet. I haven't had a chance to walk around really that much yet.
Yeah, I really like bugs. But I have.
All right. My name is Pete Petrine. The show that we're into tonight, I don't even know the name of it, but it's Umberto.
It's Umberto.
How do you say his name?
Let's see what it.
See, there we go. Here we go.
It's Humberto.
Umberto
Verdeza.
So we all did individual pieces. I did one that was really simple that pretty much took the photograph and placed it into space, which is something new that I haven't done personally. But yeah, just self-titled Umberto, and that's it, charcoal on paper.
But I will just say this, I'm in the middle of finals right now, I'm having a coronary. I have a 10-page paper due on Thursday. Screw you guys. I hate everything.
Anything else?
All I want is someone to be like, wow, I really like this. It kind of freaks me out a little bit, but I like it a lot. That's all I really want someone to say. That's it.
How do you think that your piece compares to all the other different kinds of stuff that we have tonight?
My stuff is very traditional. I can see it does not. I didn't really go outside of the boundaries of, developing a character for Umberto in terms of color or, setting him in something kind of odd. I've made it a little bit more personal between Umberto and myself by just using his exact information that I was given and didn't add too much to it.
It's Richard Vespia.
All right, and tell me a little bit about the theme of the show tonight.
It definitely fits into my style of art. I use a lot of drab colors. I kind of mute it down a lot. So that's more of my style. I'm not really like a bright artist. My stuff's more on the, not dark or creepy side, but maybe a little on the creepy side.
Kevin Sear.
Okay. Now, would you please tell us a little bit about the theme of the show tonight and what you think about the theme of the show?
The theme is taking a different look at Umberto, which is Umberto is a guy who fixes the repair booth, photo repair booth, and it's pretty amazing because everyone who did it came out with a completely different take on the project, and it looks completely different. Every person did something completely different, which is great. And the theme of taking someone who just comes in, does his job every day, time after time, and then putting him in a different light is a really good idea. Came out great.
And how do you...
This is the first time I've ever actually had like an idea presented to me to do. I like this more.
You like this more?
I do like this more because it gives me an idea and it gets all the gears turning.
So you think it's a little easier and somebody else gives you homework and tells you what to do?
Pretty much. It's fun that way sometimes. I mean, I got my own stuff too, but it is fun to be involved in something.
Well, I tried to come up with. I heard he's from Colombia, so I tried to have him kind of contemplating the past. I don't know, I guess about Colombia, about his childhood or whatever, like maybe his past life. Not that anyone knows anything about this guy, but and then having his shirt off, I thought would be pretty funny. I think it's funny to have men with their shirts off in portraits. But, and I guess, I don't know, similarities is everybody did do something different. They didn't just do a straight up pose, and I guess mine's similar in that way then.
I don't know. What do you think about the group shows, you know, in conjunction with or as opposed to like the Thursday night shows?
It seems like the work in the group shows are a little bit is better. I think because they're curated, and because Ethan usually comes up with a theme and then he curates it. Each one I've been in, Ted and Ethan have curated it, and I think that elevates the level of work compared to the shows downstairs. But then the shows downstairs are great. It's good. It goes along with the upstairs shows as well.
Jose Carmona. Because I remember the last time, Jose Carmona. The last time I said my middle name, I fucked it up.
Okay. And you don't know how to say it in English?
I do, but I'm not in the mood of spelling it.
Alright, that's fine. Alright. Could you explain to me your piece tonight for the portrait show?
It's supposed to be for a photo repairman that comes to Niagara named Roberto. And I decided to do this piece called True New York. The reason why I did it is because he kind of pretty much personifies it. I think he symbolizes it a lot. Just the picture that I got from him, he pretty much looks like someone from New York. He doesn't look like some fucking, like a poser from Williamsburg pretending to be on New York or anything like that. So I decided to make my piece about him regarding that. If anyone out there who's like into like graffiti and stuff like that, if you check it out and read some of the messages, you'll see why I call it True New York in the first place. That's pretty much it.
So you think he's a perfect representation of New Yorkers?
Well,
or
I wouldn't say perfect representation. I would say a more faithful representation of New Yorkers.
Okay.
Because New York is a very diverse place. I won't deny that fact. And however, I do think one of the things that's rarely shown, at least nowadays, is people like him regarding New York. Most of the stuff I see in New York is like this Sex and the City bullshit. When I saw this guy's photograph and Ethan handed it to me, he looked pretty much real. He didn't look like some
unfiltered.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't look like some like processed bullshit or some idiot who's trying to be a throwback to the 80s or anything like that. He looked like a real person from the real city. I don't know where borough he comes from. He might be from the Bronx, he might be from Queens, who knows? All I know is that I just loved looking at his photograph, and I thought, you know what, might as well pay, if he's truly a real New Yorker, which I would imagine he is, and I may just pay some respects to this motherfucker and just make a piece like that about him. That's it.
Okay, so do you feel that with this piece you're antagonizing people to think about what New York is?
Hells yeah, I mean, fuck. This is the antagonist group. We're supposed to be doing that shit. I mean, I'm not gonna shake your hand and say, well, my art is about my neurosis, which is sort of true, but you get the point. So.
You figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Jose Carmona Antagonizer.
I'm not an antagonizer, I'm just a person with an honest opinion, that's all.
Thank you for your time.
All
What do you
right.
mean you're not an antagonizer?
So you can use your creativity. Let's go over here where they're fucking annoying the shit out of me.
At least you're being honest.
Or you can even stand with your back to them, and I'll let you know if they're doing anything stupid.
Let them make faces behind me, but it ruins my train of thought.
Yeah. Now I don't even remember what I was saying.
The show. Yes, it is easier with an idea. First, I like his face. He's got an awesome face. He's got so many lines, and it's just kind of like, there's just something kind of like, well, people would come by the studio while I'm working on it, and then they're like, dude, that's a creepy ass guy. But I'm like, yeah, I know, but there's just something about him. I don't know him, but his face was fun to work. That's just what I focused on first, you know, was his face. And then, I mean, with a piece like that, because I don't know him, I can't bring in anything that has any meaning to his life. So it's mostly just aesthetics that I'm working on, and you know, my background is in graffiti, but you know, I was trained classically, so I just tried to bring more of, you know, what I do in my paintings into this painting, you know, into this piece.
I think the prevailing theme is, I think there's definitely a certain amount of deep sadness, it seems, to this guy. I mean, toiling day in and day out. I mean, the test shot of him looks very depressing. And I think the theme is pretty constant. I mean, just because of the expression of the picture in his face. And that's kind of what I went along with too. But I also added a lot of my own personal elements in there. Things that I'm interested in, things that I've been going through in the last few months. And I don't know, each individual piece obviously expresses what each artist feels and their lifestyle and ideals and ideas. And that's basically it.
Well, first, let's start off by saying how many. This is number what do you think as far as interviews go with you?
God.
It's only been like 4 years worth of interviews or something?
Yeah, basically. I think this might be letter Z times 10. Or maybe 20. I'm not sure. But this show it's a great show because it's totally...
DJ skips a lot.
Yeah. Fuck it up! Ooh, come on, Dad!
See, you just said it.
DJ skips a lot. Okay, anyway. Back to the interview.
Classic.
Okay, it was totally different to what we usually do. You know, it's portraiture. We had these pictures, like, what is it? Like the visa pictures that you get? Like,
is that what they're
called? I don't know. What do you call those? Passport. Passport pictures. And like his face was awesome, and like the one that I got in particular was very, very sad. And I was trying to figure out how to make him look a bit happy but not lose the sadness. So I was thinking that maybe he was, you know, having some sort of dilemma in his life, and that, you know, always pictures capture your soul in a way, you know. So it's kind of my job to try to bring it out in the painting. So I kind of thought, hey, maybe he's a cross-dresser. Maybe he wants to be a woman. So once that like clicked in my head, I said, hey, that's gonna be the theme. And I just cranked it out, and it was so much fun. I was laughing the whole time I did that piece. I had a lot of fun doing it.
No, I think it's going to be it's been an interesting show to see how like many different types of, you know, we were all given the same information pretty much, you know, individual pictures, but yet the same information, and how everybody came up with their own little, you know, paintings or whatever. It was pretty interesting. I was really excited.
Do you think a lot of the pictures are kind of sad?
I think it's like varied, because some of them look like he's kind of tough, and some of them look like he's like a regular guy, just, you know, going about his business. But I don't know, they're very different.
And how many of these group shows have both of you have shown in a few of these? How many have you each shown in?
Well, we've only done one other group show, but I've shown here with a couple of other people, and then we showed artwork together once, and got a pretty good response. I mean, it was fun.
It was about like 3 shows or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We come here all the time. We love these shows. The basement. Very cool. Good way to get artists out there and enjoying each other's work.
Ethan's the greatest curator I've ever known. I'll feed his ego to no end.
That's right, I'll cut that part out.
Thanks for being a great interviewer as opposed to that guy Dan.
Oh, you mean when you turn around to walk away, I'm gonna actually hit you in the head with my camera.
Oh shit.
So, I mean, maybe I shouldn't have told you that. But yeah, no, I'm a little bit more gentle. Cool. Any other comments about this evening?
It was a long drive.
Wait, where do you live?
I live in Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh God, that is a long drive. Well,
I got lost in Brooklyn when we were one, but it was cool, man. We found our way. We tracked it.
You know you are. That's why you always chill with us.
Oh, well.
Say it. I antagonize bitches.
I don't.
Yes,
I do other things with bitches, but I don't antagonize them. Maybe agitate them or annoy them.
Does she think agitating and annoying can be antagonizing?
It's true.
You are antagonizing.
I'm in denial. I'm in an antagonism closet.
It was fun. It was a fun piece to work on. I cranked it out in like 3 days, and I didn't want to stop working on it. So it was cool.
Any last comments about the evening?
Awesome night. Antagonist movement rocks, and
baby.
Look forward to doing some more work with everybody.
Thank you very much.
That was easy.
See, that was painless.
Arriba, abajo, arriba, abajo, abajo.
Und Scheiße! Der Hofbräu, mein liebes Game! Scheiße!
Arriba, abajo, arriba, abajo, arriba, abajo, arriba, abajo.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. And on that glorious, glorious day, Stan Jablonski will be a man. When the former United States is inexplicably overrun by hordes of the walking dead, an ungodly obscenity so foul it rivals the coffee at my office, and Alaska is annexed by Canada, and Hawaii is obliterated by Godzilla and Rodan, and there is no hope for outside help, Stan Jablonski will rise above. He will roam the countryside in his fantasy art airbrush tractor trailer hauling a Winnebago, hauling a wood chipper, beckoned by the collective monotonous moans of brains, brains, brains. And as the townspeople and villagers begin to hear the haunted voices slowly die off one by one, they will know that it is Stan Jablonski reducing the choir to disconnected soloists. Now, I'm not one to use the term magnificent undead corpse-grinding bastard loosely, but if there were ever a man who deserves such a title, if he's Stan Jablonski, he will master the essential survival skills of the apocalypse, like how to siphon gasoline, hotwire a car, make pigeon jerky, and place a bullet between the eyes of a very slowly moving target at 300 yards. He'll be like the Johnny Appleseed of zombie destruction, liberating towns and practicing finishing lines like, "I'll see you in hell, stinky." In the heartland of America, fathers will open their zombie-proof cellars and ask Stan to protect their beautiful daughters, to which he'll respond, "My apologies, sir, but I've only come here to do two things. It's decapitate zombies and pillage comic book stores, and your shit-ass town ain't got no comic book stores, because the post-zombie apocalypse will be collector's paradise. All you've ever desired, there, for the taking, an entire doomed landscape of finders keepers, losers, brains eaten. Not only would Stan Jablonski have Amazing Fantasy number 15, the first appearance of Spider-Man, he'll have 427 copies. His tractor trailer, a roving Mylar-protected comics library, would be the stuff of geek legend. In the newfound freedom of this immoral anarchy, one of Stan's secret vices would be to hunt down his childhood bullies, kill them, wait 6 hours for their resurrection, and kill them again. A small price to pay for freedom from terror, I say. In the future, Stan Jablonski may be rolling into your town, dropping monsters into wood chippers and looting comic book stores. But until that opportunistic sign of the apocalypse arrives, Mrs. Jablonski, Stanley needs to turn his homework in on time, change out his sweatpants and comb his hair. Otherwise, he will not graduate 8th grade, and he will never, ever get a date to the cotillion. Thanks.
Cut.
Come on.
I'm with Mike Whalen. Mike, where are you from?
I currently live in Austin, Texas.
And what do you do in Austin?
I'm an instructional designer at an education software company.
And what affiliation do you have with the Antagonist movement?
Before I moved here, before I moved to Texas, I lived here in New York, and I knew Ethan there. And now I'm trying to start up the Antagonist wing in Austin.
The southern chapter, or
yes.
The story you wrote tonight, I noticed that you didn't read it, you had it memorized. It's a very hilarious story.
Thanks.
I liked it a lot. And if you're going to be here, you should read here as often as you can.
Oh yeah, I'd like to.
So tell us about it.
The Stan Jablonsky Zombie Hunter starts off with a quote from Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, I
from the poster.
I saw it 39 times. Actually.
Yeah. And
I'm a nerd.
and just the idea of what I would do after the zombie apocalypse, because anyone who watches those movies then starts to wonder what they would do given the opportunity. And a lot of it was collecting comic books for me.
How many stories do you have? Several stories you've written?
Yeah. I read regularly in Austin.
Oh, you do? Oh, great. Okay.
So that's why that one is memorized. I've got a few that are memorized.
Right.
So I've got 5 I think are down pat and good.
Are they all of a hilarious and humorous nature?
I've done my best with comedy.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
You're a natural. The timing's there, definitely.
Oh, thanks. I also try to do it at 3 minutes. So to find inspiration, I definitely keep doing what you're doing and following what you're doing, sharing with others to get feedback, and then stepping up and either reading out loud or sharing with someone else, but really to find your emotional center and then pursue from there. You're watching Antagovision.
Yeah.
Far away from the others as mutual proof against night's cold, and as night fell, I was Tesla. Sleeping with someone else's girlfriend is a dangerous ordeal.
Sam and Mitch, I have presents for you. Because this show, if you didn't know, is brought to you by the Antagonist Movement. And we're a group of pointless shitheads who put on shows like this, and we have movies, and it gets us tang. So here are some Antagonist Movement stickers. You can adorn your notebooks, or the ninja, right? Totally.